are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. And what a fucking Christmas it has been. My dad boomered the fuck out of me today with his present. That's the thing with boomers. They've never really cared that much about their kids, have they? Kids to boomers really got in the way of listening to repeats of Woodstock or Joe Cocker or something. The Rolling Stones. That's what kids were to boomers. And I love my dad, but fuck, he has not bought me a thoughtful Christmas present in my entire life. Or birthday present, or present in general. Everyone else he gets really good presents for. I don't know whether he's doing it as a joke, and I wasn't even expecting a present today because I didn't buy any presents. My wife bought some presents for him, but I don't give a fuck about Christmas. I'm going to put it out there. I do not care. So anyway, Dad hands me his present. It's all wrapped in shit, but it's like a square. And I'm like, what the fuck is a square? That is a very fucking weird shape. I'm like, it can't be a book. It's too small and square for a book. What else could it be? It kind of looks like a CD. And then I was like, nah, can't be a CD. Who fucking listens to CDs anymore? I don't even have a CD player. I would have to buy myself a CD player to listen to a fucking CD. So it's not going to be a CD. I don't know what this present is, but I'm getting pretty excited. So I pick up the present and begin to unwrap it, and I can feel it's sort of plasticky. And I'm like, no, it isn't, is it? And I open the wrapper, and it's 2 fucking CDs. And I just said to him, I'm like, are these CDs? Are these seriously CDs? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't have a CD player. People stopped listening to CDs a decade ago. What am I meant to do with this? And he's like, check them out. They're pretty good. And I looked at one of them's Johnny Cash, and I fucking love Johnny Cash, but what the fuck am I meant to play it on? And I can just play it on fucking Spotify if I want. And the second album was Australian Crawl, and I like them too, but not enough to listen to a fucking CD. So I'm sitting there with my 2 fucking CDs, and shit gifts from my dad don't affect me anymore. I'm over it now. I can't remember, but I think last birthday, he gave me a shirt he bought for himself that was too big for him. And I tried it on. I'm like, I can't fit this shirt. You are a bigger shirt size than me, and you can't fit into it. Why did you think I can fit into it? And he's like, well, I'll have it back if you don't want it. And he took it back. But shit presents don't matter. Doesn't affect me anymore. So anyway, everyone continues opening their presents. And then my dad gives his wife the present he got her. And so she starts opening her present. I'm not fully paying attention to what's going on. I don't really care about the rest of the presents. I'm still trying to get over my CDs. I'm still trying to work out how the fuck I'm going to play them. And then I hear my dad's wife go, oh, a CD player. A fucking what? A CD player. And he's like, see, you can play the CDs now. I'm like, so what am I meant to do with the CDs? Just give them back to you? Give you back your CDs? Because the only people who are going to be able to play these fucking CDs now are you and your fucking wife. If any of you out there can match that Christmas present for thoughtlessness, I will fucking buy you 2 CDs too. That is the most fucking boomer present I've ever heard of. And I hate saying boomer too because it's fucking lame, but there's no other way I can describe that present as a fucking boomer gift. Anyway, it is Christmas, and Christmas this year just happened to land on Fucked Up Friday. What is more important, Christmas or Fucked Up Fridays? I think it depends on who you ask. So this Fucked Up Friday story is from a lovely lady named Taz in Australia. And I'm doing her Fucked Up Friday story today, not only because it's a fucking killer story, but because she put more effort into Christmas than any other person on fucking social media. And it didn't look like she got much in return. So here is my Christmas present to you, Taz. Okay, let's get on with the Fucked Up Friday. And if you want to send in your own Fucked Up Friday, hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All right. Let's get to it. I'm 34 and I travelled overseas for the first time at 28 years old. I went from school to uni to work and never really got a chance to travel internationally. We don't give a fuck about this part of the story. We don't care about your sob story. Unless you worked as a stripper to put yourself through university, we don't care. Get on to the juicy part. Anyway, my plan was to go to Blackpool, a real shithole in England. Sorry to all the Blackpool listeners, she doesn't mean it. Yes, she does. To go to a big punk festival called Rebellion. Then from Rebellion, I'd go to Berlin, and then Berlin to Liverpool, then Liverpool to London. The 4-day punk festival started the day after I arrived in England. Rookie me didn't allow for jet lag, so I got up, headed to the festival alone, made some friends. Within 10 minutes, we were smashing rum at 9 a.m. I knew these were my people. The next 4 days of the festival were a bit of a blur, but you do recall having heaps of fun. Then I travelled, hungover as fuck, to Berlin. I arrived in Berlin with no accommodation, so I headed to a squat my friends stayed in. Fuck, you just threw yourself straight into the deep end. When I arrived, I bought some beers and made friends with some of the locals my mate knew. A few nights later, I went to a hotel as my inner middle class kicked in. Yeah, only for a little while it kicked in because it soon fucking left. Also, we'd been drinking for about 80 hours straight, plus the festival, so really about 170 hours straight. I needed to get away from these people. Yeah, that's around the time you do the old Irish goodbye. Fucking disappear. Just get a nice room somewhere for a night, maybe 2 nights, break your budget, just decompress, recharge the batteries so you can go again for another 170 hours. So after a night off, a few of us were heading into Kreuzberg to a music venue where some bands were playing. I believe it was Dwarves and Flag, in brackets, some of the old Black Flag members. This is where my decline took place. It's a bit blurry, so excuse my vagueness. This is all the pieces put together by me and others and a police report. After the gig, we went to a bar where I was challenging everyone to a drinking contest. I was already wasted at that point. I can't remember the rules, but I ended up doing about 10 or so shots and sculling a billion beers. About 1 a.m, I headed back in the direction of the hotel with 3 mates to keep partying. Plus, I think they wanted to do drugs. I hate drugs, they're shit, but I love drinking, so I was keen to keep the party going. Hey, there will be no bad-mouthing drugs on this podcast. You just say, I don't do drugs, and move on. So she continues, we were walking down the street and there was this small garden-type bar. I needed to wee, so I stopped and said I was going in. The cunt security guard at the gate said I couldn't come in wearing the clothes and boots I had on. I said, look, I just need a pee. I'll even buy something at the bar. He shook his head and looked away. I peeked in and saw it was one of those gay wine and tapas bars, so I started chanting, fuck off, yuppie scum. Fuck off, yuppie scum. Nice. I just kept saying it over and over until my mates joined in. They were German and didn't know what the yuppie scum was, but I think they were just keen to piss off the security. I said to the security guard, fuck you, I'm going to the toilet here. I squatted, pulled my fishnets to the side, and started pissing on the sidewalk right in front of him. My friends laughed and cheered. Your friends laughed and cheered and also tried to get a little bit of a peek. I then pulled my dress down and the security guy started carrying on in German to my friends and telling them off. He even grabbed one of them and shoved him down on the path. I yelled some crap. Apparently he said something in German. I asked my friends what he said and they said he called me an Australian wild animal. I think he was trying to insult me, but I was actually stoked about it. Yeah, you're a product of your environment. Australians are wild because the fucking environment's wild. You have to be wild to get along here. And this fucking wild animal is about to get wilder, so fucking strap in. She continues, I felt a bit sick at this point, so I turned around, pulled my stockings down, and shit on the sidewalk. Right in front of the gate. Hey, did you ever take a shit in the fruit aisle of a supermarket and the police came? Are you the shitting bitch from the police story from about fucking 5 or 6 fucked up Fridays ago? If you are, I can reunite you with the police officer that arrested you. It can be like a reunion, like a where are they now type thing. She goes, I can't usually shit on cue, but after 9 days of drinking I can. As I did this, the fucking police showed up. I couldn't even run with my mates because I was mid-shit. Oh, that is good. So you would have had to, you would have had to finish your shit. You can't just stop it midway. Oh, fuck, that is fucking funny. Oh, all right. The police showing up wasn't a coincidence. The bar called them 15 minutes earlier before I had even weed. I got put into the police car, taken to the station. I somehow was instantly sober. Once at the station, I sat with shit in my pants for like 40 minutes until a translator came in. I was shocked at how poor the translator's English was. She wasn't a police officer, but she was British and working for the German police. I tried to tell her, this is not illegal in my country. It's it's frowned upon. It's only frowned upon in Australia. It kind of is only frowned upon. That's a hard argument to make. It's only frowned upon. Look, if we wanted to in Australia, we could just shit anywhere we wanted. But we don't, and that's only out of respect to our fellow citizens. Not because it's illegal. So we go back. It's just frowned upon. I didn't know it was illegal here in Germany. She shook her head and told me that she knows that I know it's illegal in Australia, and my best bet is to leave Germany tomorrow morning, so I don't have to appear in court on Monday. She said it will save the police a lot of work and will save you a huge fine. Needless to say, I rang my dad and made him buy me the next ticket out of there. I couldn't even tell him what happened till I got home because I knew he'd worry. How do you even break that to your dad? Hey, Dad, it's your little girl here. It's the apple of your eye. It's your sweet, sweet little innocent daughter. I'm in Germany. Look, I don't want you to stress, but I've just been arrested for taking a giant dump on a security guard's shoe. I'm gonna need you to send me some money for a ticket and maybe a new pair of fucking underwear. And your dad's just like, that's me girl. That's my little wild Australian fucking animal. And she goes, and so she fled Germany. A day later, when I arrived in Liverpool, I woke up sober, in extreme pain, and had to rush down to the front desk of my hotel. The manager came out and personally drove me to the eye hospital with the worst case of pink eye the doctor had ever seen. Wow. That is a hell of a fucking fucked up Friday story. Everyone should listen to that this Christmas. For Christmas lunch, just put your phone in the middle of the table, let this podcast play, and enjoy a little bit of fucking Christmas fucked up Friday. Thank you for the story, Taz. That was killer. I appreciate you sending it in. Merry Christmas to everyone. You know I don't really mean it. And I'll see you the fuck later.